Hey you guys, so I'm feeling better, but I was just seriously so mad, sad, upset, everything because um so you know how I take the Metrolink to get to work, right? So the train that was coming at 5, what time is it? Mm, the train that came at 5:17 to this one. Okay, so there's one that comes at 5:10 to Baldwin Park, right? But I missed that one because no, I was gonna miss that one, so I was like, you know what? Let me just not risk it. Let me do the next station, which is Covina, which is where I'm at. So the driver shows up, and so tell me why this dude decides to be Morgan Freeman in Driving Miss Daisy status. Like this dude straight up is taking the streets, like he starts taking the streets through DoorDash. So I'm like, okay, well maybe he's gonna get on the. Even though I was kind of like, what is he doing? I still had plenty of time, so I was like, I'm not gonna say anything yet. Um, if you know, like DoorDash, he was taking that plate. You know that area that's near where that walkway is, where the horse, all the little ranches and stuff are behind Bradbury. I don't really know the name of it, but I used to drive it all the time when I would go to like the 605 or whatever. Um, So he just said 6th Street. So I was like, okay. So then we get to what street was that? Near kind of where Irwindale is, kind of where that Costco is. He turns. I think okay, he's gonna go on the freeway real quick, right? And it just didn't even click to me to say anything at this point because I was just like, um, we still had time. So he just decides to take the streets. He's going slow as hell, and I'm just like, you know what? Okay, you're not even to myself I'm thinking you're not even going the speed limit, and everyone knows like when you're a driver, or you driven for a while or everything, you kind of just it's hard for you to be a passenger sometimes, but you don't say anything. Like I'm not the type that's gonna say stuff like, oh, dude, you could turn there, like, unless it's like somewhere where I'm like, okay, look, you could turn this way and it's quicker or whatever. But I don't really do that in lifts and stuff, because usually they just kind of they get there and I get there, no issue. So he, so we get, I'm not even familiar with these streets anymore, driving them, and I drove them so many times. We get kind of near, in between Azusa and, Covina or whatever, and we're driving down, and then it says the time keeps changing to like 5:10, 5:11, 5:12 that we're gonna get here, and I'm like thinking, dude, I have to get there because you can't just get there at like 5:17 or whatever when the train was gonna get here. You got to be here earlier because they start putting the bars down. They start they don't the trains when the trains come in, they kind of prep the little area right there for a minute. Then, so I already knew how it was gonna go. I wasn't familiar how a convenience station was set up. I only been here like once. And the train going east, I had to go around. It was just I didn't know, and so I was already late. My bag dropped. I had to pick all this shit up. I was just pissed, and I was like, and then I heard the train. You can see everyone running over to the other side because it's like we're over here, right? There's gates. So see, there's gates, right? And the side I'm on currently is the westbound side, but I gotta go over to the eastbound, which is on the other side. But there's gates and all that. It's not like Claremont Station, or you know, Baldwin Park Station and all them, where you just are on one, route to all that. So before we even get here, though, we're driving. He's driving slow as hell, and I'm not even trying to pick on him or nothing. He was driving so slow. It wasn't even just, going 40, 20, which is too slow with this type of traffic anyway. Dude, you shouldn't be driving Lyft. You should be. First of all, if you're driving Lyft, you need to be good with the freeway. Okay, first of all, period. Because I know Lyft is desperate. Lyft is honestly like the Amazon of car things. They will hire anybody. All Lyft requires is insurance, and then you also have to have, I guess you have to have a good record. I doubt they check all that, but you have to have insurance and you have to have a decent car. Now, they've lowered their standards because the cars are getting kind of lower. Like, I remember before it had to be, recent, so many years old. Like it couldn't be over 10 or something years old. It had to be in good shape. It couldn't be all dented up and scratched and anything. Wait, before I go on, I want to say congrats to my brother and my sister-in-law. They had their son. I'm so happy. I can't wait to meet him. I'm sorry I'm going off on this tangent. I just wasn't in a good place. Maybe up to 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago. I hate when I plan something to go a certain way and it doesn't happen. And I also hate when I don't speak up in time and I don't say things that I should say. I like be firm but respectful. I don't know. It's like sometimes I feel like if I say something now and he's nice, I don't want to say anything, but I should have said something back in Duarte. Like, look, you need to take the freeway or something because this is going. I just didn't think I would need to because these guys take the streets to Baldwin Park from Monrovia all the time, and we get there all the time in time. So I don't know, but this guy was going way too slow, and I knew it way back in time when I could have said something, and so finally we're almost here, and I just finally snapped and I was like, look, can you move it up a little faster because the train's gonna get there at 5:17. I gotta be there, before that or something. He said, oh, okay. Like, shouldn't that be common sense that the person is going to a train station? I'm not going to Walmart. And even if I was, you still need to be faster than this. Like, what the? Where's the common sense? It's just like other drivers say this to me all the time too. They're like, a lot of these drivers, I'm telling you, they do not have sense. Like, because I'll tell the drivers things that I've experienced, and I'm like, and they're like, some of them don't utilize common sense at all. They're literally just following the GPS, and that's it. And I'm like, and I try not to be that person. I don't want to be that person that goes off on these drivers or tells them stuff like I've seen people doing. And most of them, like I said, know what they're doing and they have sense. And this guy, come on. I was just fuming, you guys. And like when I got here, after I picked up my stuff, the train actually waited a little bit over there, but I knew I wasn't going to make it. So I can't run. I can't run like I used to with this knee and everything. When I was young, yeah, I would have just zoomed over there like I used to do back in the day. Jaywalking, run across the street, everything. I would have done it, but I just can't risk my knee and stuff. So I just was like, you know what? I just got to take the L and, lose another hour of my time. And, when I get there, I guess they said clock in, but yeah, you still lose that personal time hour because you're late. And I just really was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to be at this place tonight. I'm over it, and I was crying and I don't know. I was just, how you have one of those cries where you're just contemplating life, like, why am I here right now? What did I not do right? You just go through everything. You're like hating everybody, you're mad at everybody. You're like, oh my god, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna cool off. I even snapped at this like druggie. He came up and he's all, hey, you want a cigarette? I said no, and then he goes, hey, you got some? He asked for some drug, and I was like, no, and I was like, dude, I could have got shanked by that fool. I better calm down. But he walked off. So sometimes you gotta be like that with them because they'll keep bothering you. But yeah, you guys, I'm feeling a little better, but I'm just annoyed. So I usually don't do this, but I gave him 1 star, and I also said he wasn't good. I put that he wasn't a good driver with this. He was too slow. He didn't take a good route or anything. And I got a match from him. I don't want this guy again because I will end up cussing him out, getting banned permanently from Lyft. And then, because it wasn't even about, it wasn't, I just didn't want to deal with this guy again. Because I don't have the patience for it. It would have been okay if I left, like, the thing that pissed me off the most is I might as well just went to Baldwin Park Station and paid like $12 to get there instead of paying $16 to get here to make sure I got here on time. That's what frustrates me is that I had to say something to this guy before he was like slightly gunning it. He didn't even want to gun it. He went up to about 35 or 50 or something and got with the program like the other drivers. I was just frustrated, and I just hate that feeling, and I don't know. I'm just not feeling good today at all, just mentally, emotionally, physically. I feel okay right now physically, but I also think it's the sciatica. It keeps trying to inch up, and especially at work. I got home this morning. When I got home this morning, I had to put a heating pad on my back, and I took some of my expired nerve medication, gabapentin. I don't even know if it's still even, is working. So I was thinking of going to urgent care about it because last time I did go to the ER at Pomona Valley and the doctor examined me and everything, they make you lift your leg and they know where the pain, you have the pain right there, this and that. But I don't know how it all works now with insurance, having insurance. So because when you have insurance, it's a little different. When you have Medi-Cal and all them, you just go to the ER or whatever, and no questions or anything. But when you have insurance, it's like they're like, well, you have to pay it now. Like you have to pay whatever bill. If it's just some random place, because I have Kaiser, so I don't know if I have to go to a Kaiser type place. I might end up going to Kaiser. I don't know. I need something because it's just getting hard and like I can't. Those Dones back pills, those were good for back pain. Um, and my drops, but they don't. It's not strong enough. Like you have to have narcotic pills for that, and they know that. The doctors know that. It's just a matter of like going to the doctor. This one is the strawberry. What is it called? Strawberry cough, and it gives you more energy. Like it relaxes you slightly, but it gives you energy compared to the purple punch, which makes me all like you know taking enough hits of that and you're out. But this one doesn't do that, and I was all like, yeah, this and that in the lift this morning on the way. Me and that guy had a good conversation. That Lyft driver, he was like, we were talking about. He was just telling me how it is as a driver and all that. But yeah, you guys, I got this yesterday. Honor roll delivery. Delivered it, and then they delivered a pod with strawberry cough, and they didn't have the black, which is the original Sizzy Pin color. I wanted the black one. They were out of that. I'm just gonna have to hit the Sizzy store one of these days because they have a neon orange one that's cute. But I don't even really want the neon orange or anything bright because I was like, I want to do this inconspicuously. And I already have that purple one. So, um, so he said, "Oh, we're out of." They call you and everything. So he's all, "We're out of the black one, but do you want the camo, like the army colors, camouflage, um, green, red, orange?" And I just said blue, but there was a different kind of blue that I was thinking because they have it on the pictures and stuff. It's a lighter blue, like it looks more like an ocean blue. That's the one I was thinking it was going to be because that's the one you see all in the ads and everything on all the other ones. But it was this kind of boy blue, like boy's bedroom blue. I think that smelled me out because I was just like on one earlier before I did this video. I was like, but the good news is at least it's my Friday. And also I was kind of annoyed because I put in for vacation day to day just to like regroup and everything, and I just wasn't feeling good and everything, and I put it in, but I put it in I put it in, it has to be 24 hours in advance, and it has been 24 hours, but I think it would have been approved by now if it was approved, and it wasn't. My schedule's still on there, so I'm like, because I did it after 5 yesterday. I did it, when did I do it? I forget when I did it, but it would have been approved by now if I did it. And like, I was gonna talk to HR and have them do it right there, but then, so yeah. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you guys later. I'm just gonna like try to stay positive here. Alright. So have a good night, you guys. Talk to you guys later. Happy pre-Halloween. What's my sweater? Alright, bye you guys.